Hello Sagittarius, I'm Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the spiritual, philosophical, psychological card reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of January. It's a whole mouthful, but it's a very complex reading that we do, and though the answers that we get are very simple. Anyway, as always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of January, and these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you, on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will feature. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Sagittarius, here we go for your spiritual, philosophical card reading for the month of January. Also, I want to add, if you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below. And of course, as soon as I have time, I will answer them. So Sagittarius, here we go for your card reading. Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to the Shell or the Water group for your spiritual philosophical card reading here for the month of January. The first card that we see here is the card that we need to decorate. What does this card mean? Well, here it means that our deeper spirit, our higher spirit, and of course our body, it's influenced by certain darkness around us. Maybe we are not in a good situation, maybe we don't feel so good, maybe there's misery, maybe there's some mess literally around us in our environments here, and sometimes this invites certain negativity around us. Maybe there are some literally some dark corners of your house, or maybe of your body that need to be enlightened. Sometimes also it points that we need to take care of our body, that we need to decorate our body here with this combination. But in the environment where we live, it points that probably we need to put things back in order. Maybe we are in a dark environment. Maybe we need to open the blinds, clean the drain pipes. Maybe we need to paint the walls. Maybe it's time for a change here, change the lighting, brighten up the atmosphere in general. Anyway, you need to see for yourself. You make your environment a real home for yourself, where you feel good, not where others feel good. So if there are some darkness in your house, you need to change this here. This is what we are seeing here. Here with this card, we need to see that we go more in a festivity environment. Our home need to be like a festive place here, filled with colors. You can also put plants in your house. For some people, this could mean fresh flowers. You can also buy some pot flowers and maintain them here. We clean the windows and we brighten up the light in our house. This is what we say here. We need to see here that our body, this points also to respect for our body. We need to see that all of us know we have a higher spirit, or most of us believe that there is something higher above us here, and there is a kind of guest, a spiritual guest in our body. And here we see that we need to treat this guest as a member of a higher, maybe royal family here. If you have guests in your house, you also are respectful to them, and they are respectful to you, of course. And you would not want that somebody who is maybe enlightened, you would treat them with a certain respect here, and you wouldn't want them to live in the gutter here. Anyway, here we need to show some form of respect for our body, also for our higher self here, and we need to create a peaceful environment, also a beautiful environment. So take some time to create a very good atmosphere here around us here in our life here. This is what we are seeing here. So make some decorations here. Like you need to create a welcome sphere here for your higher self, no matter how you see this as a he or a she. But as we know, there is something higher above us. Most of us accept that there is something higher above us. If you have no religion whatsoever, you are realizing that there is something above us. Some of us call it God, others call it something else, but we are aware something is above us. The next card here that we are seeing here is that we need to talk to this higher spirit, because maybe we have a lot of inner conversation, but these conversations are probably with ourselves. In our lifetime, we create a personality, an I, ourself. And here, this confuses probably you and makes you fearful. The ego or the personality that you created, it probably makes you a little bit fearful here. And if we talk to ourselves, sometimes the advice that we are getting is not correct. It might be bad here. And if we expect certain results in our life, it might not be that we are receiving the results that we have hoped for. So here we get this card tells us we need to talk to the higher spirit here. First, we need to clean up our house, make it more nice here. And here we see if we have fulfilled this process, here we need to communicate here with the higher spirit or your God or whatever it is that you call it. So here we need to ask our personality to be quiet here and give our mind, our own mind, the opportunity to speak openly, open-hearted to us, and to the thing or the God or whatever it is that created you. So here we need to listen to our own mind at the very center of the heart here, and don't allow your personality to interrupt you here. This is what we are seeing here. If we always know that we can turn inside ourselves, and that this higher spiritual being, it's inside of us here, and there is certain always news available there from this spirit. This is actually a deeper you here. It's authentic, it's true, it's everything and nothing. This is what we are seeing here. Also, a lot of people of us, they believe this is our creator here that we are seeing here. This card is related to the creator here. This is what we are seeing here. Probably also we need certain guidance, certain support, certain help, because the next card points also to that here. Anyway, if you go into yourself, some of you could meditate. If you meditate here, maybe you can find more peace here. This is about finding peace that we are seeing here, finding happiness, fulfilling certain wishes that we are having here. If your personality tells you otherwise, we need to ask ourselves why we are in this difficult situation that we are created. Probably this is a situation that our personality created, or our ego here. So stop feeding your ego here and try to find the answers in the higher spirit inside yourself. The next card that we are seeing here is that we need to fill the wells. What does this card tell us? Well, probably you feel less energetic here. Maybe your body feels tired. Sometimes also this point that our emotions are overwhelming here. It's like here, your head keeps turning, your mind keeps working, your thinking don't stop here. This is what we are seeing here. And here, this is like the same again here that we are seeing here. It's like our personality, our ego, it developed a certain treadmill, and it doesn't give us a break of thinking here. Anyway, here we see also that we are about to run out of fuel. We are getting tired here of the situation that we are in here. And here, sometimes it points that we need to ask to people around us, maybe to a friend. We ask a friend for dinner. It could be a partner or a close friend that we are having here. Maybe you can go for some massage. Maybe you can ask a friend to massage you. Here we see we could also make an appointment at a local spa for a massage here. Anyway, you need to find something here to relax. You can walk in the forest. You can take your dog and take a walk in the forest. Whatever calms you down here, it's time to calm yourself down here. Anyway, sometimes pets can also be an outlet for relaxing us. Anyway, here the important thing is that you find back your balance. It's important here that you find your balance here, and mostly this card tells us it will be difficult to do this alone. Maybe we are at the edge, maybe we are already in our reserves here, and here we need to find our soul family. This is not necessarily your own family, but people you really feel connected to it, too close to. If this is your family, it's fine, but for a lot of people this doesn't mean necessarily their family. It's more like soul friend here, that we are finding people who are like-minded here, who know how we think, who know what relaxes us. This is what we are seeing here. So if you ask for this help, that you will get it here. So don't hesitate. If these people are close to you, they know where you are here. And of course, they will be delighted here to help you if you ask for the help. But sometimes our ego, our personality is too proud, and we don't want to ask for help here. We want to stay in our position, in our dark position. But here we see it's time to move out here. But these people will actually, else this card would not be here, will be delighted to look after you here. Also, I need to add here, we need to be careful if we ask for help and we have some friends who are in similar situations as we are, it's not a good thing to ask these people. You need to ask somebody who has more a free mind, who is in a different position here, that already has taken some distance here, and who is not in difficulties in his life. If you have no friends for helping you, you could always consider a massage therapist, or you could consider even a counselor here. But for some people it means a counselor, for some people it means taking some time off in a baseball game. Whatever relaxes you, it's important here that we do, so that we relax our mind here. We need to, it's like we are in the darker side of the well here, and we need to make our spirit shine again. It's there, but you need to open up here. You need to let somebody help you for getting your good spirits back up here, and you will get great benefits from it. And also you will be able to give this spirit to other people here. This is what we are seeing here. Sagittarius, it's a little bit a complicated thing that we are having here, but I'm sure you will try to understand what I'm saying here. Anyway, Sagittarius, I want to thank you for your time. If this card reading don't fit your role, please check the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you would be interested in more earthly financial card readings, you can find those also on my channel. And of course, the classic Lenormand card readings. Anyway, Sagittarius, I want to thank you for your time. And I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for doing so, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to the Air Group for your psychological, philosophical, and spiritual card reading here for the month of January. As the first card here, we see that we need to reach out and reach out our hand to other people here. Here, this card tells us that actually one of the great expressions of our spirit is to be liked, and we love other people, but also this card is about serving others. Here we see that maybe now it's the time to give some services to other people here. It's like you get a call here with this card for helping others. Of course, we cannot confuse giving service to others with rescuing other people. This is something totally different here. Here we serve in order for a certain spiritual power here. This is like we want to strengthen others. It's not for rescuing them here. This is what we are seeing here. But sometimes also we are, this card tells us we might be in fear, we might be fearful to help others. Sometimes it's our ego, it's our self, it's our personality here that tells us this could be a sign of weakness, but actually it's not so. Helping others is a great service. So here we need to look around us and notice in which area the people around us are calling us to help us. Maybe somewhere around you, you need to lend a helping hand or extend your help here. Maybe there's a quarrel around you that you can help people calm down. Of course, be careful if you calm them down that you approach them in a certain relaxed way. So you don't get victimized also yourself. But here our help is required. If people calm down, maybe we need to calm the whole situation down. This might be what the cards are telling us. Anyway, here we need to comfort certain people, maybe after the quarrel here. And here we need to think in what area we can comfort others and help them to remember who they really are. So here we are asked to open our heart and our eyes here and pay attention to those occasions. So here also we need to make the difference between service and saving others here. This is what we are seeing here. Here also this tells us we cannot let distract our personality or our ego from genuine service and compassion, again, not to rescue them or accomplish their personal desires here. And also here we need to underline that it will not necessarily make us stronger. But as we know, the universe always balances itself out. So something will come to you if you lend a helping hand here, because the universe always balances itself here. So here we see here that do what you can to help others around you, to help them to become stronger. Do this with no expectations. That's the best thing here to do. Don't judge, don't criticize. It's just the matter for helping in itself. So certain services here around you probably are required here, and probably you need to help people around you. That's why this card is here. The next card that we seeing here is we need to say yes here. Sometimes our personality makes us scared, or it brings us fear here. It makes us hold back here. Sometimes it points also that we can not, or we dare not to be vulnerable here. Our ego sometimes it acts in a safe way. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, you already know, and probably you already experienced that for some people, the ego or our personality never feels safe here. It acts and it reacts here. This is what we are seeing here. But here, on the other hand, we also realize that there is a higher spirit within us. And if we don't act and react in the right way, sometimes also we miss the train. As we know, life is a circle, everything comes back. For some people, we could add here that life is also about reincarnation here, so life never stops. And here we need to, sometimes we are, it says to us that maybe we are in a certain vicious circle, and maybe we need to circle out of it here. And maybe the problem here that you cannot get out is the personality or your ego. We need to look at the bigger pictures here. Sometimes this card tells us it's time to take certain risks. If we don't take certain risks in our life, we have lost already. Because if you don't act, nothing is coming. So here we are urged to take certain risks in our life, and we need to have a certain faith that things will unfold. Of course, we need to do this in the right way, and we need to prepare ourselves. We cannot go like on a wild goose chase here. We need to be prepared here. But it tells us also, if certain advantages pop up in the moment, we should take advantage of it here, because we will get some results here if we go along with it, and we choose here for this moment of life, or a different approach of life here. Here we are asked to enter the flux of life here. So here we need to literally move on the train, because when the train has left the station, you will always only have regrets here. So don't hesitate, step on the train, say yes here to opportunities that are offered to you here. It's time to approach life in a different way. The last card that we are seeing here is that we need to have faith in our higher spirit here. Sometimes here, a higher spirit, for some, this means that they put their faith in God. For other, it will mean that they put their faith in a higher spirit here. But most of us are agreeing that there is a creator above us, that there is something above us, a higher spirit that guides us and protects us in our life here. But anyway, we cannot confuse this also that this higher spirit, the intention of this higher spirit would be that it gives us a power. This is not the case here, because if this is about getting more power, this is not how it works here. Here we need to free ourselves here, because we are in a hostage situation here that we are in here, and we need to free ourselves from certain fears that have invaded us, maybe also in our mind here, and we need to have trust that the spirit above us is protecting us. This is not necessarily associated with power that this is given us. Here we see that there is a protection above us. It's like a universal protection that is above us, and mostly something deep inside knows that there is a future for us. Here, this is what we are seeing here. But the problem is sometimes this is blocked by our conditioning, by our ego, by our personality, and we dare not to enter certain projects. This is what we are seeing here. Our ego, our personality cannot see this, but the higher spirit knows it's there. So we need to access this here. You need to be aware that something above you here is protecting you, and you need to have a kind of faith in it, confidence here in the higher spirit here. So here we are asked to go inside ourselves and ask a kind of reassurance here. So here we need to calm down our own personality here, and have trust in this protection that is above us. It's no use here with this card that we are worrying. We need to relax our mind, and we need to reconnect with something deeper in ourselves. If you focus on that, you can get the ball running here with this combination of cards. Anyway, Sagittarius here for the air group, this is all. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this spiritual philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you're interested in more earthly things like financial card readings or work card readings, you can find that all on my channel. You just take some time and you look around there, what is there for you. Anyway, Sagittarius, thank you for your time, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for doing so, and bye bye for now, Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. The first card that we here say is that we cannot make a small problem, not turning it into a big problem here. We cannot turn the mouse into a bear, as we see here. Probably here, this means that some people around you are displeasing you, or some persons are displeasing you here. Maybe some people, this points also that it might be that some people around us misinterpret our intentions here. Certain projects are not working out as we expected here. It could be also that colleagues don't cooperate with us, or people around us don't cooperate with us. They take some distance from us. This could have several reasons here. Anyway, here we see that we need to change this concept here. It's like here we're running out of time, and we need to cope with certain situations, because we see that several things in our life are going wrong at the moment here, and this is a part of our life. So this means that we are in life, that we are entered the problems of life. It means a welcome to the other side of life. Here, the important thing is here that we remain neutral. We take some distance here. Neutrality can be very good. We need to take some distance from ourselves and also from these other people. If these situations don't unfold in the way we had in our mind. The best thing here to do is take distance. This is what we are seeing here. If you take some distance here, you will realize that all these irritations and upheavals actually they don't have a foundation, they don't really matter here. Here we need to see that also we enjoy our life more. We need to face the road, but we need to encounter also the road, and we need to enjoy life in the way we can here. We need to learn how to sail on the rough sea that we are confronted with, if we can, with the kind of humor that fits you. For some people this will be gallow humor, for other people it will be another kind of cynical humor, for other people it will be the normal humor, but you will try to see the humoristic side of it in the personality that you have. Anyway, we need to try not to let disturb these events our peace of mind. This is what we are seeing here. You need to also realize that you are strong, because the bear is a strong card. It makes us able to face these small problems. The mice is very small compared to the bear. So here it means you have a strong personality, you have a strong inside of you, and you can face these minor problems if even it nibbles a little bit on your energy here. We need to act here in a creative way here to the things that are happening to us in life here. So we need to urge here to keep calm, not get angry like the bear, because the bear is a very powerful animal. It has a very deep strength here. But the intention here, of course, is not to destroy, but keep calm here, keep control. Don't try to control things around you here. Don't enforce control also. This is what we are seeing here. We need to take life as it comes. And sometimes this comes with the mice. The mice represent losses. We need to let some things go out of our life. It's important. Maybe we need to let go certain points of view. This is often with the mice. The fact here, it could take some time also, but probably the devil is in the details, so we need to let some details go out of our life, and it will take some time. The next card here, we are urged here. These two cards here are about starting some other things in our life. Here, this is the card here that we are seeing here. We need to let go and relax, as I said here, the mice. And here, this card is actually a good follow-up here. It's possible here that we are struggling again here with certain aspects of life. We try to stop it, we try to slow it down, we try to get control of it here. But actually, this is if events happen in our life, as the thing says, mostly these things come in three. But here we see that we need to relax here. We need to, it's like we cannot stop water. If the floods are coming, we cannot stop the floods here. It's impossible to stop changes here. This is what we are seeing here. But our higher mind, the spirituality in us, it tackles life head on. Ebbs and flows here. We are able to modify ourselves here. We need to be determined, courageous here. Anyway, we need to distinguish here what holds us back, and then we can actually go with the flow. So something here is holding us back here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it points that we try to avoid certain things in our life. Maybe you're trying to hold control, and this control is no longer possible here with this card here. Maybe there's a fear also. It could be there's a fear inside of you to let certain things go. But the question here is also, here, is it beneficial here to hold on to it? This is what we are seeing here. This is like our personality here. It's resisting. It has built up a safety, and we are unable to let it go. It's like we resist that we are going in a different flow of life here. So here we need to ask our higher mind to overcome these blockades. We need to let go of some things here in our life. Then the last card that we are seeing here is that we need to start over. We already saw here that the three cards are actually very holding together here, and there are cards that tell us it's time to move in a certain direction, because here we see that things are not going as you like them would be. life creates complications for you here. This is what we are seeing here. And here we are urged to start over. You need to check out the current situation, take distance, as we saw earlier. And sometimes also it points that we need to uncreate it and restart here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes for some people here in this group, they could have come in this situation by choices. Others maybe are pulled into it due to others. So here, no matter what the situation is, there is a creation here going on here, intentionally, unintentionally, but we are in it. And it's time here we get out of it. This is what we are seeing here. And again, here we are asked to see what is not working for you here. If certain situations, if you are in a circling situations and situations are always popping up, and you recognize here that this is not the first time this is that you are in the situation, it means that you didn't work out the problems from before. The mice here that we are seeing here, if we don't solve certain small problems, they become bigger. One mice becomes 10, 10 becomes 20, and you need to see here that you need to tackle the problem. You need to see the small problems probably have led to this situation. This is what we are seeing here. A small problem has become a big problem here, and you will see probably that there is some familiarity in the situation here, and probably you would like to avoid it in the future, but for doing so, you will need to change some things in your life here. It's like we need to reconnect with a higher power above ourselves. Sometimes also it's not easy. That's why we always get into this situation. Our personality could, sometimes it points that our personality refuses responsibility for if we have created this situation ourselves. Maybe sometimes also we play the role of victim. But here it tells us not to play the role of the victim here. We need to change our circumstances here. This is what we are seeing here. There are certain responsibilities that we need to take. We need to balance ourselves out here and these creations. We need to get them out of our life, or the situations that are created for us here. We need to change the conditions, the circumstances here with this combination of cards. Here we see also that it's important not to blame ourselves. If you start blaming yourself, this don't help also. Anyway, it's like a route of escaping, blaming yourself. It's my fault. This is not what is the message here of this card. But we need to restart here with this card. We need to find a constructive solution here. If you don't find a constructive solution for yourself, it's probably that you come in a difficult situation. So we need to examine the details here from the current situation and set ourselves free. If you feel that you want out, you need to set yourself free here. This is what we are seeing here. And we need to go back in ourselves. We need to relax. We need to take distance. We need to look inside ourselves here. And it's like we need to ask to the higher power inside ourselves for help. And if you do so, probably you will receive your help. But here, it's important here that we check out the problems that are created here. We need to relax and we need to restart. So Sagittarius, this is all for the Stone Group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this psychological, philosophical, spiritual reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check the other three that are connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you're interested in another side of life, you can also find a specific material or financial card readings on my channel, and of course we do the classic Lenormand card readings. Anyway, Sagittarius, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in the other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for doing so, and bye bye for now. Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your philosophical, spiritual, psychological card reading for the month of January. Here as the first card here, we see that we need to invest in our mind. What does this card mean? Well, we have built up a personality since we are a child. This is who we are. And mostly this personality or this ego, it discourages us to spend energy in strengthening our mind. Mostly if we want to invest in our mind, in our higher spirit, something in our ego tells us that it's probably will be unprofitable, impractical here or impractical. Here we see that our mind tells us that we need to take care of ourselves here. If we make such an investment, we will probably get a lot more return here than we expected. Mostly this comes back to us in hundredfold. Whatever you invest in here, this could be an investment in your own happiness here, or in people that you make for giving them or getting more abundance in the world here. So this card tells us not to hesitate here, to invest in what is important according to what you find important, accordingly to your deeper mind. These investments could be also that we put not in people, but also in some meditation. For some of you who are religious here, it sometimes also points to prayer. Sometimes also it points to people to discover a certain truths by learning more, maybe by learning into books, investing into books here. It could be a seminar also, a course here that we are seeing here, or for some people, they could feel the need to learn from certain masters. Anyway, it could also be an investment in the community, as I said, in people here to come together with people, but this would then be a specific group of people that you have the same vibration and that you all come together in another kind of vibration, that you set yourself more free. Anyway, it points to, excuse me, to point to certain types of networks here that we are seeing here. And we need to recognize that this will have a personal value to us, a higher value, not for our ego, but a higher value here with this combination. If you invest in that, in this loss of time that your ego tells you what it is, you will get what you give. If you invest freely, you will see that you get your investment back, but maybe in another way than you think. But there will come a return, because the universe always balances itself out. This is what we are seeing here. If we don't give it in material goods, we give it in a spiritual way, we get it back in a spiritual way. This is what we are seeing here. And we see here with this card that we need to give our mind the time here to develop such an energy. We need to be supportive towards it. We will probably need to grow a little bit in this situation, but this will be proven out to be a very valuable investment that you are doing in the future. The next card that we are seeing here is that we need to tell the truth. What does this card tell us? Well, probably you don't feel very safe for now, and maybe you have a feeling of insecurity. It's like you have the feeling that certain truths might be hidden for you, and maybe you think that they are also hidden for the rest of your world. Maybe you sense there is something going on all over the world here, and maybe this makes you it makes your life complicated and tiring. And it's like something inside knows that there is a truth to be discovered here. And this could also mean that we don't feel authentic. It's like here are the personality that we built, the ego. It's like it's taking over. And here we need to see maybe that we literally need to open our eyes, and we need to have a different form of honesty with ourselves. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it is like there are questions in our mind like, if I wasn't afraid, I would do this or that. This is mostly the sentence here that we can apply. If I wasn't afraid, I would, but you don't act. And so there comes no reaction. So here we need to see that maybe we need to apply this sentence, and certain truths will show itself to you. Sometimes here, the ego or the personality that we develop, it hides certain truths for us. And here we need to, if we see this in a different way, we can able here to receive, and certain truths will be needed to accept it. You just need to be ready to hear and to see it here. But of course, here on earth, our eyes and our ears sometimes hear only what we want to hear and what we want to see. So we need to have a change of perception here. This is what it's also about. Anyway, you could have the feeling that you're turning around in circles. Sometimes also it could be that you have been in the situation before, maybe now for those who are into reincarnation, it could mean that you are in the same situation as in the previous lifetime. Anyway, we could have the feeling here that we are going in circles here as a person. Mostly also here, it points that we need to be motivated. We need to have a certain motivation here to find out this truth. There need to be a certain form of desire to get out of it. This is what we are seeing here. And maybe we need to find that in another way. We need to find power, energy for inspiration deep inside ourselves. Something inside ourselves need to be discovered. And here, this card is actually spot on it. We need to start over here with this card. Things are not going as you would like. We see here this combination is very consistent here of cards here. Probably here your life is not as you want it to be here. Maybe it's life, it's complicated to you. Here we need to say thank you for the past, and it's time to start over. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Whatever the current situation is, it could mean that we have created this situation ourselves, or somehow we get involved with difficult situation. Not necessarily we ourselves, but it's true, like several circumstances have fallen together, and we are also in this treadmill of difficulties, maybe due to certain situations. For instance, a simple example could be like nobody expected that we would be confronted with these viruses. This is nobody's personal problem, but we are all involved in it. So this is what we are seeing here. If this is not your own doing, it could be that is something higher above you created this situation. But here we see now that it's time that we take distance. We uncreate the situation for ourselves in a personal matter. That means we cannot uncreate a world problem. I'm aware of that. But here, if we are in certain difficulties, we need to uncreate the situation here. Anyway, there will be need for some acceptance of our current situation. If this is your own creation, we need to accept that that we didn't do it. If this is not our creation, well, we need to accept that we are there and we need to change it here. Here we see also these points to persons who have a lot of inner strength, but you need to readjust your inner strength here. And you need to ask yourself, what is not working for me, or how is it not working for me? This is what we are seeing here with this combination. As I said here, it could be a repetitive circle here that we are involved here, and it asks us to see that we can avoid this for the future. But here we see, it's like here your guides, your higher guides ask you, what would you have like to have for the future? What kind of higher levitation here? Here we need to become elevated here. And where would we really like to go here? This is what we are seeing here. And we need to reconnect with our mind here to start over here. We need to take distance from our personality, our ego, and also we need to take the responsibilities for the things before, but then we need to move on. This is what we are seeing here. Don't also play the role here of victim. This is very important here. We can take responsibilities. It doesn't necessarily need to mean that we need to play victim for it here. We need to get out of here. We need to use our inner strength, and this card is inner strength. So here we need to change those circumstances the best we can. If we take responsibility over these problems here, then you will allow the higher mind here, and your situation will become more your situation, your conditions, and the circumstances will become more satisfying here. Anyway, don't blame yourself here. Don't go in the spiral down. You need to take distance. You need to take a look at it, because this is what our personality, this is the road that our personality wants us to take. But this is not the road that you need to take. The road that you need to take is the road up here. You need to be thinking in a constructive way. If you don't think in a constructive way, you could be pulled back here. So you need to examine your situation here, very thorough here, and you need to set yourself free from whatever creation that pulled you in there, especially if you don't like it. And mostly this points that we don't like where we are here with this situation. If you withdraw yourself, you take distance, and here it's like we are almost asked to reach out for help here. And if you are asking for a higher spirit, a God, whatever it is, here you will see that you are pulled out. If you ask for help, here you will be pulled out. And mostly here it points that certain spirits above us are happy to help us. So Sagittarius, this is all for the fire group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this psychological, spiritual, philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you are more interested in more earthly readings like finances or business, you can find those also. We do also the classic Lenormand card readings. Everything is available on my channel. Anyway, Sagittarius, I want to thank you for your time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for doing so, and bye-bye for now.